Yo, what's up my bubbly boys, back here in a video. As per usual, hope you guys have an amazing day. Today we are going to be doing an updated live twin Fiendsmith Mitsurugi deck profile. So I'm really excited to show you guys this because this is not only a updated live twin Mitsurugi deck profile, this is also going to be showcasing a lot more newer cards for the deck that really level up the deck's ability to play, lessening the bricks in the deck, as well as just leveling up the power of the deck in general compared to my first live twin Mitsurugi deck that I posted a while back, right? So I haven't posted a deck list for this in a while, so this is going to be an updated deck profile for the post Duma Dimensions format. So I'm really excited to show you guys this. And yeah, so we show you guys not only the deck profile, but I'm also be showing you guys some replays in order to show this deck in action, and show you guys the combos in order to really show how this deck is supposed to work, and just basically the true power of this deck, right? So yeah, before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe. We're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers, so if you please consider subscribing, I greatly appreciate it. And yeah, let's hop right into it. So before we hop right into it, I also want to mention basically why you would want to run this version of the deck list in specific, this deck in specific, right? So why live to Mitsurugi? There's three main points. The Mitsurugi side of the deck does give you some extra starters, so this levels up the deck from 16, 15 starters all the way up to 20, which is really insane. This is going to give you a total of a 96% chance of drawing at least one starter. And the Mitsurugi starters actually bridge into your live twins, which I'll be showing you guys why in a bit very soon, right? So the Mitsurugis do a very nice job at potentially bridging into your live twins or your Fiendsmiths, which is really nice. So it just adds on to the consistency of the deck. Not only that, point number two is that it plays very well into boards, right? The fact that you can board wipe with your Mitsurugi stuff and they dodge a lot of effects, and this card can also make your opponent discard. Not only is it going to be very oppressive for your opponent to deal with going second, as well as going first, since it also sets up a way bigger board as well, right? And plus post side as well, it gives you a searchable Solemn Judgment, which is absolutely insane. And it also, the third reason, it plays very well into Full Loss, right? So Full Loss is basically the main weakness of this deck, but now that you add the Mitsurugi cards to the deck, and basically helps you this deck specifically play better into Full Loss, right? So basically, if you start with something like Habakiri or Prayers, you could go Prayers, search Habakiri. If you already have Habakiri, you basically use Habakiri effect, summon Saji, discard tribute Saji, search for Ritual, then Ritual from deck. It's only going to give your opponent 2 draws, but they have to deal with Murakumo plus the Prayers and whatever hand traps you have in hand. So it's not only a border wipe and a discard plus whatever hand traps you have in your hand. It's still really oppressive for what would have basically killed the deck, right? So Full Loss is now not much of a problem if you're running this side of the deck, and I really do think that this may be as good, if not better, than the live twin Fiendsmith deck in general, right? So yeah, let's go on to the deck profile, and I'll be showing you guys some replays to show you guys the true power of this deck, okay? So first we have live twin Key Skill. This should be a no-brainer. This is the absolute best card in the entire deck, a best starter, and it's such a powerful card. It's always going to be a 3-up. This will never change, okay? And then after you have 2 Frost. 2 Frost is probably your second best starter. I'm only running 2 because that's really worked for me. I honestly didn't feel like I needed more. I never really missed the third, to be honest. And the fact that the Mitsurugis can bridge into this as it is, I really wanted to have extra room for more non-engine. So I decided to cut one of these for a more non-engine, and I definitely don't regret it, right? So having to be able to have space for more non-engine, especially in a 44 card deck, which is absolutely unnecessary, is really nice for the deck. Remember, still have a 96% chance to draw into at least one starter, so you don't really have to worry about inconsistency of the deck, right? And then after that, you have 1 Lila and then 2 Snitch. This whole live twin engine in general, you have a total of 8 live twin starters, so it's still pretty consistent. And I definitely wouldn't change this, to be honest, in my personal opinion. I really like these ratios. It just really worked for me. But if you do want to run more, the only thing I would recommend is probably running more Frost, right? just one more frost, and I think you would be good. Just because you have zombie vampire in the extra deck, right? So this is why the Mitsurugis act as like additional starters, because the one card Habakiri or prayers turn into zombie vampire, and then basically zombie vampire can mill into either your Fiendsmith stuff or your live twins that could just basically full combo on their side of the deck, right? And even if you aren't able to go into the live twins or the Fiendsmith, you can still have a Mirakumo engraved with the prayers in order to board wipe your opponent and make them discard a card. So no matter what, you're not losing anything, and it's just extra consistency in the deck, which is absolutely insane, right? So next for the Fiendsmith stuff, we're running 3 engravers. This is no brainer, just plays very well into boards as well going first. You have Lacrima is very, very nice, as well as Lurie and Tract, okay, plus the Paradise engraved and Paradise, plus the Suite also for the live twin engine. These are more bricks in the deck. These are just 6 bricks in the deck. Just wanted to show you guys here. So when you're running the Mitsurugi, the only downside is like you have a bunch of bricks. You have 4 additional bricks in the deck, so that's why you're running a 44 card deck. But yeah, the bricks, I put them all down here so that way you guys can see that. I don't really consider Lurie bricks, since basically it is just kind of a starter, and it does something on its own. These cards don't do anything on their own, so that's why I put them down here as bricks, okay? And yeah, so we're gonna go prayers, 3 prayers, and then 3 Habakiri for the for the Mitsurugi engine. And yeah, so that's the main core of the deck. These are all 20 starters. So yeah, of course, in a 44 card deck, you have a 96% chance of drawing into at least 1, which makes this deck extremely consistent, okay? And you still have a lot of room for non-engine as well, right? So you still have room for 18 hand traps. So I decided to run 3 Ash, 3 Nib, 3 Imperm, 1 Ogre, 3 Full Loss, 3 Veiler, and then 2 Ghost Spell and Haunted Mansion, okay? This is personally what I feel like is the best kind of non-engine that you can run for post Doom of Dimensions format. The only thing I think you could change is either cut the 3rd Nibiru, put it in the side for something else, or just cut the Ogre for just something else entirely, right? I haven't really been liking Ogre too much post Doom of Dimensions. The only real good matchup it is in, and it's probably the Yummy matchup, which is also a bit questionable, because the only thing you can really hit is either Snatchy on your turn or the Field Spell. But you want to stop them as early as possible, so that's kind of like still a bit awkward to have Ogre in the deck. So I'm just kind of like playing around with it for now, considering cutting it down to 1 or even 0, just depending on how I feel about it, right? And for the extra deck, the extra deck is pretty much the same, right? The only thing that's different is basically, instead of like a Typhon or something, running Zombie Vampire, right? So then you have 1 Kisco, 1 Lila, 1 Deal, 1 Trouble Sunny, 1 Abow, 1 SP, 1 Requiem, 1 Sequence, Item Day, Muckraker, Desiree, Lacrima, Princess, Caesar, and of course the Zombie Vampire, okay? Next for the side deck is basically as flexible as you want it to be. Remember, it's all about depending on the event that you're going to. But for me, I really like the 3 Prulia, 3 Droll, just protection going first, as well as good against Mitsurugi and stuff like that. 1 Ogre, of course, you could change this Ogre for anything you need it to be. Bell, 2 Thrust and 2 Call by and Talents, and then after that you also have D-Barrier. Replace Solemn Judgment for Great Purification. You can like cut Ogre for another for Judgment instead of Purification. But I really like a Purification because if you do end up drawing into your Mitsurugi engine, it's a searchable Solemn Judgment. But if you don't end up drawing into your Mitsurugi engine, it's kind of a brick. So it's like a bit of a gamble here, which is a bit questionable here. So this, you could argue not running this, but personally I've been just like playing around with it for now, and this hasn't come up yet for me going first post side, but it's definitely in theory a very good card to be running in the deck. And of course you have 1 anti-spell fragrance, right? So that wraps up the deck list here. It's a pretty good deck. There's not much changes I would make. I played a lot of matches with it, and there's not a lot of changes I would make other than like the ogres, which are a bit questionable. But yeah, now that we are done with the deck profile, let's go on to replays to show you guys how this deck is supposed to work and show you the true power of this deck. Also, real quick, one thing I want to mention as well is before I was running, instead of Mirror, I was running for the 1 Aramasa. and 1 Kusanagi for the longest time. So you can see this in the some replays that you can see me running the Kusanagi plus the Aramasa. But I decided to cut these two for a mirror, not only cutting down a number of bricks in the deck. Mirror does the same thing, okay? It does the same thing. Basically, you go Habikiri, tribute the Saji, summon the Saji, and then after that Saji's effect is gonna go ahead and add the ritual from hand, tributing Murakumo from deck, and then summoning the Habikiri from hand. Then after that, Murakumo will search for the mirror. Then you go mirror effect, tributing the Mitsurugi Habikiri from field and summoning back the Murakumo from grave. This will add and summon back, so you add the prayers and then summon itself back, and you have 2 level 8s on board. Boom, you could go into zombie vampire or keep them both on board if you're going second, depending on what you want to do with them. But still a lot more better than the Kusanagi plus Aramasa, since these were 2 additional breaks of the deck that you didn't want to really draw into. I mean, Aramasa was fine, but still, the more cards you can really minimize in the deck and run more non-engine, the better, right? So mirror is a lot more better in the deck. But in the replays, you will see me running some Aramasa and Kusanagi, but it's basically the same thing, okay? Alright, welcome to the replay portion of today's video. I'm going to be showing you guys a replay of how the Mitsurugi engine bridges into the live twin deck. So I'm going to be showing you guys here. This is with the again the older, like basically these were the old Mitsurugi mirrors, but now Mitsurugi mirror is replacing Aramasa and Kusanagi, but the combo works the same way, okay? So you're gonna go normal summon Aramasa. As you can see here, I draw no Fiendsmiths, no nor any live tune cards, so we just have only Mitsurugi stuff to play with. But we are gonna go ahead and summon out Murakumo. Habikiri will summon itself back, and we're gonna go zombie vampire milling 4 for both, okay? So we go ahead and end up milling I believe Ogre, Veiler, and Perm plus a key skill. So we end up going milling our key skill, which is really nice. So now we have full access to our live twin engine. And even if we didn't, we still have Murakumo Grave, which you could summon back off of prayers, which is still nice, plus whatever hand traps we have in a hand. So it's still not a problem at all. So we're gonna go ahead and go deal, link it to deal send sweet. We're just basically going to go full live twin combo from here, okay? We're going to go Requiem summon like Lacrima send from a Fiendsmith from deck to grave, link the 2 cards, the zombie vampire and the key skill, the Lila into Lila, evil twin Lila, summon back to key skill. We're going to go equipped, I'm going to go Necro Equip, so we're protected from hand traps, and then we're going to go Trouble Sunny, summon back to 2 twins. And I believe our opponent actually gave up here after he saw that, so really weren't able to continue this match. But as you can see how it goes. So Trouble Sunny, summon back 2 twins, go into a Baoku, summon back Engraver, and go ahead and go to Caesar, and then a Baoku effect, discard the Paradise, and or summon back Trouble Sunny. And after that, setting the prayer, so that way you have a board, not only a board wipe, you have Trouble Sunny on the field with a Baoku and Caesar on board to negate twice, plus the Ash Blossom and Ghost Ogre Snowbite. So still an extremely powerful board, even though we weren't able to draw into our main live twin engine. The Mitsurugi engine, it does give us a chance to bridge into it, right? And even if it doesn't, it's still fine. But overall, being able to be given that chance to actually bridge into that is still really, really nice for decks. That's why I really think that not only zombie vampire really mandatory for the deck, but as well it just gives you another reason to run the Mitsurugi engine in the deck, right? So now let's go on to another replay showing you guys an actual match, show you guys how this deck plays going second, not only going second but going first as well. Alrighty, welcome to the second replay in today's video. This part of the replay is actually going to be showcasing a game against Yummy, both as game 1 and game 3. Game 2, I ended up breaking really, really hard against him going first, so I'm going to show you guys that. So he ends up winning the dice roll here. So he ends up going first, and we're going second here. So we end up drawing full loss here, which is really nice. He ends up normal summon full loss here. So basically, when any player does this, you're gonna want a full loss right away, right? So he could go into Almirage here, and you just don't want to miss on a free draw, right? So whenever they normal summon a hand trap, basically full loss, Veiler, Ash, doesn't matter, right? They normal summon a hand trap. It's pretty safe to say that they're playing Yummy, and they're trying to get into the Almirage side where they can special summon a Yummy from hand or normal special summon it, and that way they could go into their Cupsy Yummy, whatever, do whatever they need to do, right? So it's pretty safe to say that they're gonna go to Almarge here. So we're gonna go on full loss. Gonna go link it to he's gonna go link it to Almarge, special summon the Lollipo, go into Cupsy. We gonna end up drawing another card here, and he's gonna go Cupsy, add to discard 1. So you're gonna go add 2. I believe he added Cookie and Yummy, and then discard the same cookie that he added. So he's just gonna add Cupsy here. Then after that, he's gonna go ahead and go Cupsy effect. We're gonna go Imperm here. I definitely don't want to deal with a surprise. He's gonna go ahead and go Snatchy here. Basically, why I Imperm does Cupsy here as well is because I wanted him to go Cupsy in this Cupsy Yummy way in response to my Imperm here. So that way he places this back, and I could go ahead and go Bell. So the only play he would have here is going to Snatchy. Snatchy, go ahead and place the Mignon, and then we have Snow Rabbit for the Mignon, okay? Then he would only end on a Snatchy and nothing else, unless he has something to extend with. But then after that, he would be forced to go either into the Lollipo or just pass turn on a Snatchy plus a whatever name he has on board, and that would just lose to whatever we have in hand, because we have Mitsurugi stuff, we have Engraver plus the key skill. He's not gonna be able to play through that with just a Snatchy and a Yummy, okay? So he's gonna go ahead and go Mignon here. Mignon summon back. We go ahead and go Ogre, and then after that he's gonna go Marshmallow summon itself. He's gonna add back the Mignon, and then after that he's gonna set 2 and pass. So we know the card in hand is gonna be Mignon. He has 2 sets here. I think one of them is it was probably safe to say that one of them is either Imperm, Purge, or Surprise, right? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and go draw Standby Main. We're gonna go ahead and bait out everything first with our Mitsurugi stuff, okay? So usually I always like to start off with the Mitsurugis or Engraver, like in Fiendsmith in general, and then work my way down to Live Twins, right? And because Live Twins can pretty much break boards very easily, because it sets up a 3300 beat stick. Not only that, but as well as it's not revealing your deck, right? So I purposely don't start off with the Live Twins here, because I don't want him to know what I'm playing just yet, okay? So we're going to go Summon Saji, Tribute Saji, Saji effect is going to go ahead and add. He's going to go Cupsy, add a card, and then after he's going to go Lollipo, go ahead and summon back 2 from grave. I thought this was the tag out effect, so I belled here by mistake. If not, I would have not belled here at all. So that was my apologies. If I didn't bell, I think it would have been fine. So my apologies by that, because then these cards would be negated, but it's alright. He's gonna go ahead and summon out the Cookie and the Snatchy. So he's gonna go ahead and place that Croaky with the Snatchy. So now whenever you synchro summon, he's gonna pop a card, or if I destroy one of his Yummies, it's gonna go ahead and summon out a Yummy from deck, okay? So you're gonna go Ritual, go ahead and Ritual for the Murakumo from deck. And next after that, we're gonna go ahead and go use the Murakumo effect. He's gonna go Chain Purge to my Habakiri, so that way he doesn't add anything. And yes, we're gonna board wipe him here, okay? So we're gonna go Akrogi here, some Yummy from the deck. I'm gonna go ahead and go Murakumo to force him to discard. So he's either gonna discard the card he added, which I think was a Surprise, or he's going to discard a Mignon. So he decides to discard a Mignon here, and after he's going to summon Lollipo from deck, okay? Lollipo is then going to shuffle back. I don't know what he shuffled back here, to be honest, but there wasn't really anything important anyways, right? So he's going to go Surprise here, Surprise some back Snatchy side. Now he's Cookie Yummy Ways live in the extra deck. So what I do here, I go ahead and attract here, and I just go ahead and enter battle, right? I want to force out this Cookie, the Cookie in his extra deck. So he's gonna go Cookie Yummy Way. He's gonna go ahead and try to attempt to flip this Murakumo face down. So we're gonna go Prayers Chain to the Cookie Yummy Way. I don't care if he's gonna go ahead and summon back the 2 from grave. It doesn't really matter to me, because if he doesn't really have anything else he could just synchro into. Just really nothing in the extra deck that he could synchro into that's actually going to do anything on my turn. So we're basically really good to go here. We basically played through almost all of its interruptions, and we still haven't even started with the Fiendsmith nor the keys with the Live Twins, right? So this was just almost all with the Mitsurugis alone, which is really, really insane. And I really think that this showcases why this deck is so powerful, right? So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and add Murakumo. Habakiri, and then after that, summon back to Saji. And Murakumo is going to summon himself back and then add the mirror, right? So we're going to go ahead and attack the Yummy Way. The cookie, since it can only respond to effects, so I really want to get that out as fast as possible. Since he didn't really take the initiative to actually use the effect, I took the advantage of that and attacked over, so he really couldn't do anything after that, right? We were just gonna full combo after that, so he ended up giving up here. So even if we ended up losing the dice roll here, and since Yummy can't really plays through hand traps very easily, we still end up winning the game here with just the Mitsurugi stuff being able to play through our bonus boards a lot more better, right? A lot better than the normal live twin Fiendsmith deck would, right? So yeah, let's go on to game 3 here, and I'll show you guys how this deck is supposed to work going first. Alrighty, welcome to game 3 of the Yummy match. I ended up breaking really hard game 2, so I definitely did not survive game 2 bricking and then going full combo, full Yummy combo, so very unfortunate. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and go first here in game 3. We're gonna go Habakiri, see if we can force out anything. We're gonna go Saji add. He's gonna add a ritual, and after that he's gonna go draw us here, which is completely fine, okay? Because we could still have access to Murakumo, we just won't have access to prayers, okay? Which is completely fine too, since he uses a monster effect. So now our thrust is live, so we can go ahead and go thrust into D-Berry if we really want to. So if it ends up stopping our plays or ends up having a double like just really it's like a Nibiru or something like that, right? Or just like everything else, his hand traps is still fine because he won't have plays. So basically no matter what he does here, we automatically win the game, right? So he's gonna go ahead and go we're gonna go Kiseko, Sunback Lila. He thought I was on pure Mitsurugi because he never saw my live twins. So now he ends up drawing us here, so I'm no risk of getting full loss nor Purulia'd or anything like that now. So now I'm free to do whatever I want, since the live twins absolutely don't lose to draw whatsoever, right? The only thing you miss out on is probably 1 or 2 draws, but overall the deck does not lose to draw whatsoever. So we're able to full combo here. So deal, go ahead and go deal, some back to sweet. Go into Requiem, some back Lacrima sent from deck to grave. We're gonna go ahead and go link it to Lila. Kiseko, go into Kiseko, some back Lila. My apologies here, I forgot to go into no, actually it didn't matter, because even if I went Requiem here, I'm under draw anyway, so it doesn't matter, my bad. So he goes ahead and goes Bell onto our Trouble Sunny. And if you haven't watched my combo guide actually shows you what happens if you get Belled on your Trouble Sunny. So if you haven't watched that, go watch that now. It's really, really informative. I'm going to be showing you guys one of the combos you could do getting Belled on Trouble Sunny. It's a very, very nice plugin here. I compliment myself by that. So now we're going to go ahead and go shuffle back those 2 Light Fiends. Go ahead and summon back Lacrima, summon back Kiseko. You're going to go link it to Obaoku. Then after that, go discard summon back Engraver. Go ahead and go into Caesar. And yeah, so we end on Abaoku plus Caesar, but not only that, we're going to keep on going here. We're going to go ahead and go Ritual, summon out the Murakumo from deck. So now we have a free discard for whatever little cards our opponent has in his hand. So he's going to have 4 cards in hand. We're going to force out a discard with the Murakumo. We're going to have Ash of one of those cards as well. We're going to maybe have Caesar for 2 more, and then Abaoku for 1 more. So like we have more than enough interruptions to deal with whatever he has to throw at us, right? So you're just going to go ahead and thrust for the D-Berry just to be safe, and that ends up ending the game here, right? Because once you just set that D-Berry, they just give up completely, right? Whether that's against Draco, Tail, Mitsurugi, K9, Yummy, no matter what they use, they just can't play without using their extra deck against that certain like basically summon, sort of like special summon, I guess, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm trying to figure out something here to say, but apparently my English is not English, okay? But yeah, that is it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and if you want to see any more videos like these in the future, like any video ideas you want to send my way, just let me know. I'd be more than happy to look into it and see if I can make you guys a video for that, right? And yeah, so thank you a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.